hands-on. So the first thing they do is remind ourselves what GitHub Flow is. Before that, we have to remind ourselves why we'd even want to do this thing called GitHub Flow. The problem comes down to the fact that we'd like to not step on each other's toes as we're editing code. We'd also like to avoid problems of going off and taking a code base, a copy of the code base and the branch, and working on our own for a long time. And when it finally comes time to actually put that code back into the main branch, it's a nightmare to do because so much has changed because everyone's working on the code. It's changing over time. So this is to address all those problems. And also it does some other things for us too. So let's remember that with GitHub Flow, you can think of it in the following way. This blue line right here is the main branch of a repo, meaning this is where most of the work is happening. I'm going to go and do some work, and instead of trying to just continuously add to the main branch and all those problems, instead I'm going to branch. I'm going to create my own little timeline, if you will, of all the work that I'm going to be doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a branch, and that's going to allow me to work cleanly on code that doesn't affect other people. And then I'm going to do all my work. And the work looks like all these different commits. So I can make those commits safely, knowing that no one else is going to be affected by them. Then when I'm ready to either discuss the work that I'm doing and say, hey, I think I got this problem solved, well, you look at it, or I think I'm done with this, and I'd like for someone to look at this and make sure that it's good and pull it into main. Both of those you accomplish by opening a pull request. You're going to see what a pull request actually looks like today. Pull request says, hey, I'm done. This is the work that I did. Can you check and make sure that everything's all right? And if everything is all right, we're going to have this conversation through the comments on the pull request. If everything's all right, then we're going to merge. So that's what that looks like. You notice I skipped over a part, which has a chipmunk or a squirrel for some reason. I've never understood this, why exactly, but this is supposed to be deploy. But in research, often we don't have a deploy. That usually is when you're in like a business environment and you want to sort of test out your code parallel, but we don't have anything like that. So you can just skip over that part. We just go from, our process looks like I'm on main, I have an issue or a couple of issues I want to address. Therefore, I create my branch and then I do my commits on the branch. I put in a pull request so we can get everything, all settled. And then we have the conversation through the pull request, then we hop over deploy, and then it gets merged in. That's what that looks like. So this part right here, though, where we go from, from the conversation to the merge, you are going to have to deal with problems in the merge. There are going to be some conflicts, almost certainly. That's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing this in a slightly different way, just make it simpler. You all have seen sort of, we want to keep it as simple as possible. So we're going to do something a little bit unique. We're going to work directly on a repo in GitHub. So we're going to do all the branching and everything up there in GitHub. Just know that normally what would be happening is that you would be creating your branch locally. But keep in mind, whenever you do a branch locally, whenever you do a push, it's going to create a copy of that branch up in the repo. So we're just sort of simplifying that step of local versus remote. We're just doing it all up remote. But most of the time, you're also going to have in there the idea that you're still doing your pushes, your pulls. You're still doing all that regular stuff. You just happen to be doing it on a branch. Now, that being said, all of the pull request and the discussion around the pull request, that does happen up on GitHub. Pull requests and issues and all that stuff are a part of GitHub. They're not necessarily part of Git. So that needs to happen up on GitHub. Before we begin, anybody have any questions? All right. Then let me, Preston, if you could go and share the instructions again. y'all are going to get a link to this document right here. And this is, we're going to do some play acting. We're going to practice using GitHub Flow hands-on. And I'm going to stop my share and see if I can just do them both over here. Oh, was there a question in chat? Okay, no, it was just that. Okay. I am going to try to open up 2 windows at the same time. I think I mentioned before, I have a brand new computer. It should be able to handle this a little bit better. So I'm going to have those instructions so we can see them. And I'm going to try to do the merging and everything at the same time. Let's see if I can do that. I'm going to share this screen. And then new share on this. Okay, is that coming across all right? Can you see both? Oh no, oh, what's it doing? Never mind, I'll just do one. So y'all go ahead and, oh, I know what I did wrong. Share, here we go. Share screen 1. Now you can see that, and then when I'm going to, well, this is just a huge fail. You all open up the, you couldn't open up your GitHub Flow hands-on, and we're going to follow the instructions. Okay, give me a quick moment. So the first thing that we're going to want to do, that the instructions tell us to do, is create a repo. So I'm going to go to my org, but you can just use your own personal. And I'm going to create a repo. Remember, that is the big green button for the repo. And this one, I'm just going to call, I'm going to call this GitHub Flow Demo. So I want to create a repo that's called GitHub Flow Demo. And I'm going to go ahead and make this public for right now, and I'll go ahead and I'll just erase it a little bit. It's going to be important for you to add the README, because we're going to be doing all of our work in the README. The rest of this will keep it just exactly the same way that it is. I'm going to create repository. Now, I need to have a partner working with me, so I'm going to go up here to Settings, and then I'm going to go to Manage Access. And I just signed in, and so it doesn't ask me for my credentials again, but almost certainly it's going to ask you for your credentials. Then I'm going to click on Invite Teams or People. Dr. Bell, would you be my partner here?
I would love to.
Okay. Can you tell me what your GitHub username is?
It will be csbell-bu.
Oh, there you are. Okay. And I'm going to go and make you an administrator on this along with me. And here, let me go ahead and I can, I will, you should get an email, but I will also copy, and I'm going to message directly to you the link for this repo. I'm just going to send it just to you, the link to this repo. And can you tell me when you're in the repo? And actually, you can work on getting into the repo, and I'm going to do the next steps of the instructions. What's the next step in the instruction? What am I supposed to do next? Can somebody read the instructions and tell me? Mafai, what comes next?
Add your name to README.
Yeah, so it says, oh, well, the next step is add the following 2 issues, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, cool. So I'm going to add an issue. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to say issues. So issue number 1. So how do I add an issue? It's new issue, big green button, new issue. And I'm supposed to call this one add team member 1 to the README. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy and paste that whole description from the document right into here. That is my issue number 1. Those are steps that I'm supposed to take in just a minute. Okay. So I'm going to assign myself to this first one. Okay. And then I'm going to submit the new issue. Now it says issue number 2. All right. So I'm going to create a new issue. And this is for issue number 2. And this is going to be, it says, add team member 2 to the README. So I'm going to go ahead and paste in that. And then I'm going to copy that whole paragraph here into the comment. And this one I'm going to assign to my partner here, which is going to be Dr. Bell. So now she's assigned to that one. I'm going to submit the new issue. Okay, now I'm going to look at the issues that we have here. So I have one. Oh, I thought I assigned this to you. Did I not assign? Maybe I didn't successfully. So assignees, CS Bell, done. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we go to the issues up here. Now we see have 2 issues. One is assigned to CS Bell. One is assigned to Jesse Spencer Smith. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work these issues. So I'm going to work mine, and at the same time, she's going to work hers. And what do I have to do for my issue? I'm going to open up into another window so I can pop back and forth. Okay, so I'm going to need to edit the README file in this repository. So I'll blow this up a little bit. In this repository, I'm going to create a branch, this thing, and then I'm going to put my name in the second. In the second line of the README. Okay, so let's see. So I go here, and the branches are right here. So the branches, this tells you which branch how many branches you have. This says which branch you're in. If you do the drop down of here, it says find or create a branch. So I'm going to paste in that issue number 1. I'm going to name it after the issue because that's the work that I'm doing. And I'm adding myself to this. And so this is going to be add Jesse to README. So that's the name of the branch. So I'm going to go hit enter. I'll try to hit enter. Is it not going to? Oh, it says, and then down here it says create branch from main. Yes, that's what I want to do. I need to click on that. Now it says I have 2 branches. And it shows what the branches are here when I click on the branch. I'm going to go back up here. I want to be working on this branch right here. Oh, notice that. Oh, now there are 3 branches, you see? So Sharo's working on hers already. So this is a very common problem when you choose the wrong branch. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt when you do it. So you just want to make sure that you're working on the right branch, because otherwise you have to roll everything back. Because let's say I'm doing a whole bunch of destructive work in Sharo's branch, and then first of all you're embarrassed. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm going to roll back the changes. Give me a minute, I'll be done. It's just like, or you do it in main and you break everything. That's another good one. People, be understanding of classmates if this happens, or of your teammates, because it's going to happen. You got to figure out how to roll quickly. But one way to sort of avoid it is pay attention to where you are. So I'm in this one. Issue number 1 is mine. Okay, so now I'm going to do my editing here. Okay, so now in my editing, in the instructions, it told me, put your name on the second line of the README. Here's the second line, Jesse Spencer Smith. And I'm all done. That was the entirety of my work for issue number 1. So I'm going to close this issue in the following way. I'm going to say closes number 1. With this commit, I close number 1. I can say close number 1. Can I say close, or do I have to say closes? We will.
I'm not sure. I think it could be either.
I think. And what happens is, remember, this is the message that goes with that commit, because I'm about to make a commit here. What it does is it automatically closes that issue for me. And it ties the issue with the code that was changed. And so it's a really nice tie between the work and the work that you did and the work that you needed to do. And this way I don't have to like describe why I did it. It's like, go read issue number 1. If you want to know why I did what I did, read issue number 1. This, whatever I did here, closes issue number 1. Look at the other things here. It also says, hey, commit directly to issue number 1, add Jesse to README branch. Yes, that is exactly what I want. And then I can commit changes. Okay. A little bit more of a deeper dive. This is that branch. This is the add issue number 1 branch. Look what happens when I go back to the main branch. Oh, no work there. Because I didn't do the work in the main branch. I did the work in the other branch. Let's go ahead and let's take a sneak peek at Charo's branch. Oh, she didn't do hers yet. That's fine, but now I know where she is. I know what she's working on. And so you can always sort of sneak peek and see what else is going on there. Okay, so where are we? We've done first step, we've done second step. Each person works their issue. And let me go and take a look at the issues. Did I lie to you? I said that when you commit, and it says closes number 1, it ought to close the issue. It's not closed. Am I just wrong? Am I a liar? Or is there something else going on? Oh, and Mafe, yeah, the commits sort of need to make their way up, right? Right. And so if you do it locally, yes, you can absolutely do it locally, absolutely. Remember, the commit and everything that goes with it is in the repo. And when the 2 repos communicate, the remote and the local, then that commit moves up and everything's cool. Anybody have a guess about why the issue is not closed? Aaron, absolutely, that's right. It needs to be closed in the main branch. Is the issue closed? No, it's not done yet. I did it in the branch, but I didn't do it in main. So that's right. It's not closed until it's in main. And that's on purpose. Fantastic, good catch. So, all right, how do I get it into main? What's my next step? Do I just go ahead and merge it? Yes, I don't merge it, right? That was the whole point of GitHub Flow. I shouldn't be the arbiter of what goes in, because in case you couldn't tell, we're gonna have a problem. We both claimed line 2, right? So we're gonna have a problem. So who decides? Well, we've got to have a process around this and a way to discuss this. So pull request. All right, where do I go for pull requests? I'm betting the part that says pull requests. I click on it. And, oh, look at this. Another big green button. It knows that I just did something. And it's guessing that I want to do a pull request around the thing I just did. So if that doesn't happen, it's fine. If it doesn't guess what you want to do next, it's fine. You can just say new pull request. But here, I'm going to click this because it's issue number 1. This is the branch that it was. Had recent pushes 3 minutes ago. Yes, that is exactly what I want to do. Compare and pull request. Okay, so it copied over the commit that I had here, which is nice. That's often kind of the thing that we want to do. And that does kind of describe everything that's there. I can just leave it like that. I can, can see, I might say something here, I followed the instructions. I think I am all done. Did I miss anything? Okay, and then I'm going to ask for a reviewer. I always forget, does it matter if it's a reviewer or a signee? Which do you prefer, Chara?
So I actually end up liking both. Reviewers are nice because they can explicitly give approval. And so like, that they have given you the check mark of approval, but then assignees tends to show up like as assignees like in an issue. So when you go and click on it, like on the project board, when you're trying to manage projects, you can see that pull request has been assigned to you for review. So that's
Okay. So I might do assignees.
like,
Is that okay? Is that all right? Okay. Oh, but you said which one you prefer. Which one? I'm sorry. Which one was it? Which one should I use now? Tell me what to do.
Yeah, do assignees. That sounds great.
Okay. So assignees means I want this person to handle I ought to do Andreas. Andreas will be like, he's the co-director of the DSI. He'll be like, why am I supposed to review this pull request? Okay, so I'm going to do Dr. Bell. All right. And I'm going to do create pull request. Okay, so there we are. So now it's sitting there. Now I just have to sort of, no conflicts with the base branch. Should I click this? Well, if the team decides that everyone can merge their own stuff, okay. But actually, it's even better practice to have somebody else do it and do the merge. So, Dr. Bell, would you mind sharing your screen and showing what you show, and then go ahead and merge that in?
Sure, that sounds great. And I just had a second idea. Would you mind adding me as a reviewer too? So on the projects
absolutely.
where people want to have like their code explicitly reviewed, I can show them how to do that as well.
Oh, that is a great idea. Let's see if I can. Yep, so I'm just going to do reviewers. So you're both a reviewer and you are an assignee.
Okay, that sounds great. All right.
I'll stop my share and you can start yours.
Share my screen. All right, so here we go. So this is nice because Jesse put me as an assignee so I can see that this is assigned to me. So now I'm going to go. And so just to update you about where we are. And I just went to pull requests and I see that this is assigned to me. So I click on his pull request. Okay, so here it tells me that Jesse has requested my review. So if someone explicitly requests your review, you'll see this big green button again, big green button that makes you want to click it. And that is precisely what you should do. So you can click this one, add your review. And here, this is something really nice because you're able to see exactly what changed. So we can see that the changes here are in green and we see those results. So now I say, okay, Jesse, that looks really great. Let's go ahead. Another big green button. We can click that one. So I'm going to review Jesse's changes. And I'm going to tell him that I approve. So here are some different things that you can look at. So one could just be a comment. So maybe if you don't want to approve, then you could just comment. You can also explicitly request changes. So maybe if you don't fully agree with the pull request, or maybe something else should be changed, or you have some greater knowledge of what's being implemented, you can also request changes. But if things look good and people are ready to merge, you can explicitly approve. So I tend to write something descriptive here just to help, but let's see, this looks like a great addition to the README. Sometimes, depending on the strategy of the team, I just go ahead and tell them that they can merge. So for example, I might tag Jesse so he gets an email and I say, Jesse Spencer Smith, please feel free to merge this.
And great.
And I did my review. And things are looking good, you get this nice little green check, which just seems so nice sometimes, what approval. And then we see that it has no conflicts. So either I can merge this or Jesse can merge it. And which would you prefer, Jesse?
I'll go and I'll take the screen back and I'll take a look at the comments because I have no idea what you said about it. And so I'll read the comments and then I will follow your instructions. All right. So now I'm going to go and so in here, back up here, I see that we have the two pull requests. And I'm going to go to the pull requests and I see that, oh, cool, it's been approved. So I'm going to go ahead and pop in there. And I can see everything that's happened, changes approved. I see, I can go in and read everything I need to read. She left a comment, hey, this looks great. Feel free to merge. All right, I'm going to go and merge. So it says merge pull request. Again, big green button, merge pull request. Okay, I'm going to confirm the merge. Merging. Pull request successfully merged and closed. Delete branch. Recall that what happens when you do a merge of a branch is all of those commits that you had been working on independently get folded into the main. So now there's no reason to have that branch. Branches, especially used following GitHub flow, this process that we're agreeing upon, need to go away. So I am going to delete that branch. And then I'm done. It's merged. So do I need to do anything else, Charo? I don't think I do. I think I'm done. So we can go back here and we can see we only have one pull request listed now. So I'm going to go and take a look at that pull request. And so it's going to say, it says closes number 2 opened a few minutes ago by you. Followed the instructions, added my line, please make sure everything looks good. All right, I will do that. And oh, conflicting files. All right, so let's see. I'm going to go and put in a comment here. Did you have me as a reviewer or just assigned? I think you just had me assigned.
Yep, and I think I said both.
I said both. Okay, great. And do is it okay for me to just leave a comment down here or do I need to go into the reviewer?
Sure.
Just comment down here is good? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna say, I think it's fine. It's fine, but you'll need to handle merge conflict. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and just say comment, and I could have added her as well. I could have done an at, and as a matter of fact, I'll probably go and do that. I'll say at CS Bell, please merge. All right. Do you want to take it back and merge it in?
Sure. Let's see. So let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, here we are. So, I think it's fine, but you'll need to handle the merge conflict. Please merge. Oh, the merge conflict here. It says this branch has conflicts that must be resolved. And it tells me specifically the conflicting files. And it looks like the conflict is at the README. So let's resolve the conflict. So not a big green button, but still a reasonably sized button. So we're going to click resolve conflicts. This shows me the one conflicting file, and it shows me where the conflicts are. Interesting. So what is this set of crazy? Well, you can see the differences between the two branches. So here you can see main, and this is what we recently merged into main. And then here you can see my branch called issue to add Charo to README, and this is what I have. And then this little separator here, this equal sign, separates the two conflicting sets of information. So let's see, how would I like to resolve this? Well, I think what I'm going to do is, based on our conversation that we had, I think both of our names need to be here. So then how do I resolve this merge conflict? Well, I take out all of these extra characters that were added to show me where the merge conflict was. And then I make the changes. So let's see, I'm going to take out this one. Well, actually, before I do that, I'm going to decide I want this. So I just Control X there. I want that to be here. And then I will take out the extra characters. So now we have what we wanted.
So that merge, the way that it shows where the merge conflict is, it actually injects characters into your file. So this is why it's not a good idea to try to version binary files. So like, like images. What are you supposed to do with an image? Somebody edits an image, and then in the middle of it, it says, caret, caret, caret. It's going to blow it up, which is also what happens with Python notebooks. But we're going to be talking about that next hour. So great. Okay. Continue.
Okay, so I think we've resolved this. So now let's tell GitHub and Git that it's resolved. So we're going to go ahead and mark this as resolved. Marked as resolved. Oh, and it agrees. Resolved. So now we're going to commit the merge. It takes us back to our pull request. It says, great, the merge conflict was resolved. Thanks, GitHub, making me feel good about myself. So now I'll come down here. And then that was a merge commit. So now we're going to merge the pull request. And we're going to confirm this final merge into master. And now, again, we're going to delete this branch because we don't really need it anymore. And all of our commits are now in main. There we go. And so you can actually see here the two commits that we just did. This one was just to fix the issue that we had before. And then this is the full commit. All right, let's see. Now I wonder about these issues. Oh, Jesse, why aren't there any issues left? What happened here?
I think, well, I'm not positive. Other folks, why are there no issues there anymore? So where did all the issues go?
It's committed.
That's it, and committed to main. That's exactly it. So all the issues are done. All the work that we wanted to do is all sitting in main right now. We are done and done. Here, we'll do one other quick look here, and then I'm going to ask you all to try this out on your own. We'll create breakout rooms. But let's go all the way up to the top of this repo. Let's check out, we only have one branch. We have no more multiple branches. We have no open pull requests. We have no issues. Everything is done and done. We look down here. We deleted the branches, which is great because think about if we never deleted branches. Now you have a dozen branches here. How likely is it that you're going to click on the wrong one and work on the wrong one? Pretty good. So delete the branches. Everything is clean, ready to go. All right, so let's go back to our instructions here. You all have the instructions. We're going to be putting you all into breakout rooms in just a moment, and would like for you to actually go ahead and do this between the two of you, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put folks into breakout rooms. This will take me just a quick moment. Breakout rooms, and okay, I'm going to assign manually. And you all can so work through this. You can ask for help if you need to. What we'll do is we're going to leave these open for as long as they need to. You can come up to this main session at any point. I'll give a 30-second countdown when I do close them. I'm going to put people in by their group as much as possible. May not necessarily be able to do it entirely. Let's see, and Preston, I'm going to put you in with Mafe if I could. All right, is everyone ready? Okay, reach out if you have any issues while you're working on this. I'm opening the rooms now. See you all. Yay.
Fantastic.
That was actually, I like that.